Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to All the Mods 10 Limited Edition. Now today, we are going to get ourselves a Fission Reactor. Fission, yes. Fission, not fusion, fission. Fusion comes later, and it can make you a ridiculous amount of power. But we're going to go fission. Okie dokie. So, fission. This thing here. Absolutely badass right here. We are going to... I'll probably have to go and program a bunch of this in. Now, I am going to... what are we going to do about... Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're going to come up here, aren't we? I am going to try and find a place. I'll tell you what, before we program anything in. I don't know if I want to do it over here. That's not what I meant to press. We could potentially use this one right here. I'm basically looking for a chunk. F3H. No, the other one. G. F3G. So we could use this chunk right here, which is, for some reason, chunk loaded. Is that right? If I'm in there. Let me have a look. Yeah, that is chunk loaded. Fair enough. So we could... What I'm thinking is we're going to have a floating platform. I was actually considering making a 16 by 16 by 16 fission reactor. And then I was going to try and make it look like a Borg cube from Star Trek. I do quite like my little spaceship things. And a Borg cube just sounds really fun. So I'm going to give that a go today. Anyway, let's crack on with making some fission stuff. So first thing is reactor glass. Make sure it's reactor glass and not structure glass, because I always do that. Although I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to do both. Don't know. Anyway, we are going to do a few of these. You only need 4 reactor ports, and we're not going to do anything with redstone. So, yeah. You only need 4 reactor ports. We don't really need that right now. And just like that. I think we've got all of our lead already come in. Lead. Now, a weirdness happened with my my backlit keyboard thing that I've got. Just the backlight just died a minute ago. And I should probably try unplugging it and plugging it back in, but it's weird not seeing what you're typing. I'm just going off muscle memory at this point, so it's a bit odd. But anyway, I'm going to pop these down here. And I know I could use the thing upstairs, but with this one, you can shift click or shift and, you know, drag it in there. So there we go. So if we do that again, fission. Fission? Yeah, there we go. So let's think about this. I believe the top can be glass. Okay, right. Let's do the bottom first, and then we'll do the sides. And then we'll figure it out from there. I'm going to use an angel block as well. Angel block. This is from Utilitarian. Fantastic mod. Another one by Lobster John. The F3G. I can chuck that down right there. And we're just going to build on top of this. So let's get Fission Reactor. So 16 times 16 is 64 to 256. Is that right? 256. I think that's how much it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that going to do all of the bits, or is it going to... Oh, yeah, it's going to have to do all of the bits first, isn't it? Damn it. Okay. It's going to make all of the enriched iron. Chucking them all in. There we go. And that's going to come through, processing all of that. That's going to give us all of these. They're being processed, and now we're going to get a few. Good, good. You love to see it. There it is. That's coming through right now. That was easy enough. That's actually pretty quick as well. I'm quite happy about that. Why are these things still in here? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I put the fish bones away. And the tropical fish. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. Grab a bunch of these out. And the plan is we're just going to build right here. This is going to be the base. The base of my my little cube thing that we're going to do. I'm just going to come out to the corner of this chunk, which is right there. Now, building gadget time, I think. Building. This thing is amazing. Another one by Direwolf20. What a legend. I'm going to come out this way and... Yeah. There you go. And then we'll do this side as well, which is around about here. Perfect. Oh, I knew that would happen. Now, what I might do for this, I actually do have... Oh, I used to have this on my old server before it got deleted. What I might do is I might do a copy-paste of this. I'll do one without the Borg cube stuff on it, and then I'll do one with the Borg cube stuff on it. I think that might be quite fun. So anyway, there is what we are looking for. I'm just going to put these ones in like that. There you go. So that's the base. F3G. Now we need to build everything inside this base. Now the way that this works with mechanism reactors is, well, all the edges need to be the fission reactor casing. So we need to go at 15 on each of the 4 sides. So what's that? That's going to be 60. And then it's 14, 14, 14, and 14. So 60 plus whatever 14 times. Do you know what's really annoying? You could do all of that maths in applied energistics, but you can't do it in RS. I'm going to complain a little bit about it again, but still. Fission. Flipping heck. I can't see my keyboard. It's very weird. So that was, I think it was 60. And then we do plus. Oh, you can't do plus stuff in this, can you? Damn it. Okay, so it's 60. What is... Okay, let's just do 60. There you go. And we can do this up to 15. And then we'll go across by 14 on each side, right? Maths is hard in this heat. I'm just saying that. We're going to do reactor glass around the edge, I think, because it's slightly cheaper than this stuff. Yeah, looks like it is. Okay, so we'll go up. 1, 2... Okay, we'll go up until we've got, what, 45? There you go. And then we just do the same in the corner there, in the corner there, and in the corner there. And there you go. Perfect. 56? 56. I think it's 56. That's how many we're supposed to have. And you also need to cap over all of the fusion assemblies as well. We're going to need a load of flipping lead to do this. That is a question. Ooh. Okay, let me land on this. There we go. Right, so I can do that, that, and that. There you go. Whoops, I missed. So I am just putting all of the glass in right here. You need to grab that one. Whoopsie daisy. Did I get all of it? I think I did. Perfect. We should have all of it on us as well, so we should be fine. Now, there is a thing you can do. Yeah, we want to do this bit as well. There you go. There's a thing you can do with, oh, flipping out. With applied energistics, where you can link your building gadget to your applied energistics, like, storage. I'm not sure you can do that with refined storage, but we could give it a go, I guess. Should we try and give it a go? Build the rest in like this. 1, 2. And then from here, we can just do across like this. Why did that one happen there? Perfect. There we go. Right, so that's our like internals right there done. Or no, sorry, our externals are done right there. We now need to fill this up with fission, this stuff, fission fueled assembly. Now, I forget how many we need of this. I think 98. Okay, I've already got up on the other side. So 98 times 14. Or maybe it's 13. Okay, let's try that. Minus, okay, yeah. So we need 1,200, basically. And 74, like that. That's a lot. That's going to be, yeah, it's definitely going to be enough right there. That might take a little while, though, thinking about it. That's going to take a little bit of time. I mean, whilst we're at it, we might as well do the 98 right here as well. The 98? Yeah. I'm going to do 98 of the control rod assemblies as well. They go on top of the rods, good old rods that we're about to put in. So we're going to do a checkerboard pattern, which is around about half of all of the squares here. So the way I did that was 14 by 14 and then divided by 2. That's how I calculated one layer of this, and then I times it by 14. Actually, I times it by 13 because I can't remember if the control rod assemblies, I think they go underneath the top block, and then we need to put like a block over the top of them as well. Now, I can't remember if we need, well, we can do glass, can't we? But can we do that over the control rod assembly? That is the question, I guess. Right, I'm making a quickie modular router setup down here because I need something for my coal out of all of the things. I'm running out of coal a little bit. So the plan is we're going to actually feed some coal into this. So it's going to be coal ore because we've got a bunch of that. And I'm going to make that 64 set. And we are going to do a puller module like this. And all I'm going to do, pull from there. And then we literally set it up exactly how we've got it right here. So we just need 2 routers. 1 router we can place and then break it. So a router. Pretty sure one of these has already got, okay, it's obviously the other one. Brilliant. So that one maybe? Yeah, there we go. I knew one of them had all of the upgrades in there. We do that one right there. That's going to pull from over there. We're going to say brake to the front. We got fortune, unbraking efficiency. I don't know why I put unbraking on there, if I'm honest. It was just one I already had. So, and we're going to say brake the front. And we're going to say placer, place to the front as well. There we go. That's going to get us a bunch of coal. It's probably quicker than this thing can handle it right now. But if I do that, going to spray a load of experience everywhere, but it's going to go through all of our coal relatively quickly. I didn't think about the experience. Just dire things? Just dire things, I think. Not a bad little setup we've got over there. Love it. It's probably causing loads of lag, but meh. At this point, everything causes lag, right? So you've got to do some things in the game without thinking about lag, but it's all good. Right, so up here, I did make some glass. I made, oh, okay, few... How are we doing, by the way? I haven't looked. We're still making this, are we? Fair enough. Ah, that's why I did the whole thing. Oh, yes. Oh, I need to get Ender.io set up soon. Keep saying this because I need my my travel staff so I can get around a bit easier. This one over here. I'm just going to grab... Oh, yeah, this is the wrong flipping thing. Right, do that. Let's grab, like, a bunch of coal. We'll help it along, basically. Right, there you go. I have stuck these down in a checkerboard pattern, just like this. And the plan is now we're going to grab all of these out like that. And we are going to get our stick. Oh, this does remind me, construction sticks. At stick. There you go. Construction sticks has got this thing here, the unbreakable template. We're going to make one of those. And we're also going to make ourselves quickie netherite ingot. This is the best construction stick. It's basically the same as wands from back in the day. It's just retextured. The funny thing is, I remember Mr. T was talking about doing this. He was like, I'm so sad that we don't have it. How do we put this on again? Okay, if we do this. Oh yeah, we need crying obsidian. That's fine. We could do that. Crying obsidian. Yeah, Mr. T was like, I'm so mad that we don't have this yet in 1.20.1, and he was like, I'm gonna go make it. And then like 5 minutes later he was like, oh, someone else has already done it. They've already made the construction sticks. We even had a little chat about, I think it was like, we called it construction staffs, or we were talking about like the different types. Anyway, this one right here, all it does is it does the wand thing that you're used to, and if you're not used to it, it basically builds in this area here. How am I out? How did I mess up the maths that bad? Right there. Unless it was not finished. Oh, never mind. It's not finished yet. It's still going, apparently. Right, just for reference, this is what it sounds like with the fan on right now. So I'm leaving the fan on just for this bit because it's so hot, honestly. Right. The next part is control rods. Good old rods right there. And what you can do, put it in your offhand and then place them down like that. And job done. Now, the next thing is we need to get that glass. So, reactor glass, this stuff. And I did look it up, and I believe you can put that on top. So, our plan is we're going to use building gadgets again for this, I think. Or building, yeah, this thing. And what we can do is shoot it across like that. And then we could use the stick if we wanted. I'm not going to. I'm going to use, yeah, I'll use the building gadget itself. Just go, don't press shift and then right click. Because if you shift and right click, it won't do it properly. And then that one goes right there. Okay, I don't think it's going to form because it doesn't have everything it needs right now. We need to put in some ports. Right, I went ahead and I put in all of these fusion reactor ports. Now, a lot of people, whenever I make one of these, a lot of people comment saying, how did you change this and this? And, you know, change them so that, I'll tell you what, I don't really want to pick it up right now because, yeah. Also, this is like a few days later from the last recording because it was just so hot. I just couldn't. So here it is. Shift, right click, and you can change it to the different type. I think it always goes in as one of those right there, like the light blue or the turquoise, whatever you want to call it. So what you want to do is have two light blues, which are inputs. In fact, I could take this one off like that. There you go. So that one there is a fusion reactor port, and it's an input type. We could shift right click it, and then it goes to output. Input only. Perfect. Pop that one back down. This is for our fissile fuel, as you can see. That's got auto eject. I think it's supposed to be this one. There you go. Auto eject on the gas, and it is pushing into the bottom. And then over here, we got another one of those input onlys. And one of these eternal water blocks is all you need to feed water into this thing. It outputs basically max int worth of water at all times. So this thing should be fine on water. It will never explode. I'm pretty sure it will never look. Oh, hello. Rainbow. Love it. And then, as I said, we don't really give two, you know, little poos about the steam that comes out of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a fluid trash can, even though steam is a gas. And it makes no sense why it goes into the fluid trash can. It just does. So there we go. So, yeah, it would just be voided off. We could actually turn this thing on right now if we wanted. And it would store a little bit of nuclear waste. In fact, there you go. I can hit scram and that will turn it off basically. If we have a look right here, we've got 4 millibuckets of nuclear waste right there. Now, the whole point in getting all of this reactor stuff set up is not so we can make some steam for a turbine. We want to put it through a solar neutron activator. 5 millibuckets of nuclear waste gets you 1 millibucket of polonium. And the polonium itself, you can either put it through a pressurized reaction chamber, put a whole bucket through, and you get yourself a polonium pellet if you put some water and fluorite with it. That does generate some spent nuclear waste, but there's some fancy stuff you can do with that to get rid of the spent nuclear waste. In fact, we can't do much of it because we haven't got to the point where we've got like the bits that you need to make that all work. Anyway, so you get some spent nuclear waste, but you also get this stuff, the polonium pellets, and you use the polonium pellets for quite a lot of stuff, including the SPS. So the casing for the SPS. Now, the SPS casing is actually an interesting one because you use the SPS to get yourself some antimatter. And that is the other use for polonium, is you need a bucket worth of polonium to get 1 millibucket of antimatter, which, if we do our calculations correctly, that is 1,000 buckets of polonium is what we're going to need to get ourselves 1 bucket of antimatter. And 1 bucket of antimatter will turn into 1 antimatter pellet. And we need, I think it's, well, we need 2 for this right here, for the improbable probability device, which is part of the ATM style, which is what we are going to go for. We also need 1 for each of the mechanism, mech suit, body armor stuff. So we're going to need 6 overall. I am actually just going to go for this. I'm going to go for the mech suit. It gives me the most survivability. I am technically still playing on hardcore. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but I haven't actually died yet, which is kind of cool, isn't it? So yeah. Anyway, let's have a look right here. Now, we kind of need the polonium to come out of this. We also need it not to be nighttime. So I'm going to have a quick sleep. There we go. Now, I will say there's two things you can do. You can make the nuclear waste into polonium or plutonium, which is slightly different. So if I do pellet like that? Yeah, there you go. So you can make the plutonium pellet or the polonium pellet. Polonium is the one we just talked about. And the way you get that is you pop it through a solar neutron activator. There's a runic altar version of this. Ooh, that might be quite good later on. That'd be a good way of getting polonium. Although we don't really need that many, right? You only need a few of these to get, well, sorry, of the solar neutron activators. And you need a couple because it basically converts the nuclear waste like stupidly quick into the polonium. So yeah, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm going to try and set up a thing right now where I'm going to get a network card, and we're going to put it up here, and I'm just going to set up a little bit of the solar neutron activators up here. I'll also probably put one of those isotopic centrifuges up here as well, because that's the other one that uses nuclear waste. This thing. So you do that one right there to get polonium, and then this one is for plutonium. So that's the plan. These don't decay. That's a good point. They don't decay in radioactive waste barrels. Whereas the nuclear waste does. So it kind of makes sense for us to, because we want this nuclear waste. We don't want it to go away. So it kind of makes sense for us to store all of it. Or convert all of it. And we are going to convert it all to polonium if we can. All of the extras, I should say. And I've got a little bit of a plan for this. I did this in my original series, but I think it's still a really good way of doing it. So I'm going to continue on. Now, first thing we're going to want to do is I'm going to make some of these pressurized tubes. I really hope this is the right one. I always get these ones confused. But basically, what these ones do is if we do something like that. Yeah, it looks like they are connecting right there. This is like a gas tube. So it just outputs gas. In fact, we could even do this and tell it to pull the gas out. See, right there, it's got 4 nuclear waste in it. That's perfect, actually. Now, I'm going to use one solar neutron activator. So one of these bad boys. In fact, did I already put that in? Solar... No, I didn't. Yeah, we're going to have to go and automate that. I'm going to go put all of the recipes in for that. Give me 2 secs. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. It is basically you just send the fluorite. And that's all it cares about. And then you get polonium. So I'm going to do one of those. And then we also need to do the other one, the polonium. Polonium. No, that was polonium, right? Yes. So plutonium. Oh, missed. Okay, I'll just put pellet in because I can't spell. Pellet. Can't even spell that. Damn. Right, there you go. So that one there. That's the other one. So you just send some fluorite and that's basically all it does. That's the plan at least. So if we pop back up here, definitely need to get that Ender IO up and running at some point. This is what I've ended up doing. So we've got the cable or the pressurized tube coming out. It's going to feed the isotropic centrifuge first. Purely because the isotopic centrifuge, this thing, we're going to be using this far less if you have a look at it. So if we have a look at plutonium, it's basically used once in every single SPS casing. We're not going to do any QIO stuff because can't be bothered. And then the polonium, you need 4 of. And you need like a double for, a bunch basically. It's used in a lot of stuff, the polonium. Whereas plutonium, as I said, is only used once in one thing. So because of that, we're going to send all of the nuclear waste here first. And then the whole plan is we're going to tap into the nuclear waste after these 2 are full up. Does that make sense to everyone? So what I could do right now is if we get this doing its thing. Now, you can also change the burn rate on this. So I'm going to change it to 1. And I don't know how much that's going to burn, basically. I don't think we're making that much per tick. But we can activate that, and you can see that it's going down. Also, the heat graph is going up and everything, but it's not that bad. Sometimes you can get the heat graph that goes all the way up, and then it will explode. But I'm pretty sure we're okay on that for now. I want to make sure that this is not going down. It looks like it's staying quite high, right? Anyway, that is going to pump into this. There you go. We've got some nuclear waste going in here. When it gets to 5 millibuckets of nuclear waste, it will turn into, there you go, polonium, or plutonium, sorry. This one is not getting any yet because the tube things, these pressurized tubes, they go to the closest first, which will be this isotopic centrifuge. So that's where it'll go first. And then when this one's full up of nuclear waste and plutonium, and this one is also full up with plutonium. So this needs, I don't know how much you can fit in here. Probably a couple of buckets worth, right? And you can fit a few buckets in here as well. When that's all full up, what it will do is it will then overflow and go into this one. And then this one will fill up and fill this one up as well. And then right here, you can see I've got a pressurized reaction chamber with a autocrafter on the bottom. So we need to maybe edit these a little bit. And I'm going to say output, actually, output to the front, please. Get rid of the rest of these. We also want to input on the top because this needs water. So I'm going to put some water in these two as well. So let's do the exact same thing where we're going to output to the front. Yes, that's a point, actually. Yeah, that'll be fine right there. It actually needs to output the gas to the front. No, output the gas to the right, because this is going to generate some gas, and it's going to make some... if I go to gases, right there, I want to make it the other way, right? There you go. In fact, yes, we need the input still on that one. There you go. That's still coming in. Cool. Anyway, this is going to make some spent nuclear waste, so we're just going to put some nuclear waste barrels right next to this. Nuclear. Oh, missed it. Nuclear. I think I had it right there, but yeah. Are they not called that? Waste barrels. Radioactive waste barrels. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they're called something different for no reason whatsoever. What the heck is that? That one there, the like biosteel. What the heck is biosteel? Is that from Oritech? Oh, it is. Oh, I like that. I'll have to look into Oritech at some point. So we need 2 of these. So we want to put the spent nuclear waste. I'm just going to literally put them in this. They do go away after a while, the spent nuclear waste. Now, all I want to do for this one is, I think this one is the plutonium, right? So we put that one in there. Put that one in there. We can actually order those now. There you go. So we can order a polonium pellet. Okay, we need to go and set up some fluorite dust, set a recipe up for that, but that's fine. So there we go. So we can pop that one in here like that. There you go. So now, I suppose we should go over there and I could show you what's going on. Plus, I didn't put the import back into the system, did I? No, I did not. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, so you see there, it's got over a bucket worth of polonium, or plutonium, sorry. Plutonium, yes. I'm going to keep doing that, I think, but still. If we were to do pellets, and I say, go and make me one of these, what will happen is it will put one of those in there. Oh, I didn't put any water in these yet, have I? So, I'm going to use one of these eternal water blocks. And what I can do, stick it in the middle, stick a pipe on top. I do have the ultimate mechanical pipes, so I can do that and that. Ah, it's already made it. Already made it right there. So all we need to do now is have like maybe a transport pipe going out and then into an interface. Even though we know interfaces are pretty bad when it comes to refined storage. This still works, right? It still does the job. So stick that one there. Logistical transport pipe. There you go. We need 3 of those. So we do that, that, and that. And then, do we need to tell it to pull out from the front? Or has it already done it? It's already done it, I think. Yeah. do the same on this side anyway, just to make it do its thing. There we go. Now, I do want to, before we finish the episode, that, by the way, is going to get us all the stuff we need. We could potentially set this to like 10 millibuckets per tick. That might make the temperature go a bit too high. And it might make this go down. Although it looks like it's going up quicker than it's going down, which is what we want to see, right? That's exactly what we want to see. Okie dokie. Yeah. So, and that's going to produce more polonium right there. Another thing that's worth mentioning is the fact that the solar neutron activator, why are you, I don't know why this is getting some. Maybe it can't force enough into this or something. Are you out of power or something? No, you got the power. I don't know why it's doing that. It's odd. Definitely going up in it. This thing only works during the night. No, sorry, the other way around. In the day. This doesn't work during the night. That's what I was going to say. This only works during the day. So you could potentially set one of these up in a like forever day dimension, but I feel like they've been weeded out a little bit. There used to be one in All the Mods 9, and there was a really easy one in All the Mods 8 in the blue sky dimension. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that we haven't got one of those right now. Otherwise, you could just set up like a bunch of solar stuff out there. I get why they're not in here, to be fair, because they'd be a bit OP. But that's where we all used to set up our solar neutron activators, was in a different dimension. What we can do now, though, is we can make it so whenever it goes nighttime, it skips the night and becomes daytime. And then that means that these always work. And that's using a bit of Ars Nouveau, which we might do next episode. For now, though, I think we're getting to the point where I'm going to start wrapping up, I think. And the first thing that I want to do, or the last thing I should say that I want to do, is I want to make this look like the Borg cube, like I mentioned. So we're going to pick out a couple of pallets. I might look it up online. Someone else made a Borg cube in Minecraft. And then we're going to just convert this. It might be a lot bigger than this, because I want to maybe fit an SPS on top. Or somewhere on this. Somewhere. So we might make it quite big. Right, I'm just checking in. I think it's going quite nicely right here. We've got our, fusion reactor in there. I have turned it off because we have got through a bunch right here. Now, this one right here, that is supposed to be like a force field. I think I prefer the like lime green right there for it. But yeah, these two have filled up right now. You can see as well, I put a bit of glass on top of this so it can actually look out. We've got polonium in there, completely full up, and we got plutonium, completely full up. I will say, yeah, the nuclear waste, we've got like quite a bit just stuck in the pipe right now, so it's a bit awkward, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to continue on with this. What I've ended up, I'll show you some of the building techniques probably in a different episode, but I'm getting there with it. I quite like what I've done with it so far. Right, here we go. This is what I ended up with. I actually quite like it. I think I could do a little bit more to it, to be fair. It looks a bit plain for right now. Also, why is that one poking out right there? I should probably get a concrete and put that over there. I'm using quite a lot of concrete as well, which is definitely my favourite block to build with. Just simple colours, innit? I even put a splash of cyan right there, which I don't know if I like or not, but it kind of fits. Yeah, I really like the way that this one came out. There we go. This is supposed to be like battle damage. I saw it in one of the, I think it was Picard or something. Yeah, I saw a battle damaged Borg cube, and 7 of 9 was like, took over it, and yeah, it was cool. Anyway, I like the idea of doing spaceship sort of things in Minecraft. That's how I normally do my bases, right? Spaceships or just some sort of like moving object. Like we had the Subnautica sort of submarine thing, didn't we, in the last season? It's kind of my go-to nowadays. Anyway, I think it looks kind of cool. We will leave the episode here, I think, today. We got ourselves some plutonium, some pellets. Let's get ourselves a polonium pellet as well, just because it'll be good to have both. And there we go. We've got both right now. It's pretty decent. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right. I am going to call it here for today. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.